Hello friends, in this video I will be talking about calculation of cost of equity using CAPM, DDM and bond yield plus risk premium approach. So the first method to find KE is CAPM, Capital Asset Pricing Model. Now, before we begin with these three methods, understand till now we have studied KP, which is cost of preferred shares, and KD, cost of debt. In both these cases, we always assume that the calculation is from investors' point of view. If investors' yield is 8%, cost for the company is 8%. Similarly, for KE also, assume that we are investors and then we will find our required rate of return. इन्वेस्टर का रिक्वायर्ड रेट ऑफ रिटर्न जो है वही कॉस्ट ऑफ इक्विटी हो जाएगा फॉर द कंपनी. So first method is CAPM, Capital Asset Pricing Model. The formula is written here. KE is equal to ERI. ये KE का दूसरा नाम है. ERI का मतलब होता है एक्सपेक्टेड रिटर्न ऑन अ स्टॉक. ये जो I होता है, I इज अ स्टॉक. तो KE या ERI का मतलब है एक्सपेक्टेड रेट ऑफ रिटर्न ऑन दिस स्टॉक विच इज I is equal to, now the formula starts, RF plus beta into ERM minus RF. What are these terms? Let's try and understand. पहला term RF जो है that is risk free rate of return on an asset having zero default risk. Example, US treasury bills or bonds with maturity similar to the tenure of the project. यूएस ट्रेजरी का जो भी सिक्योरिटीज होता है उसको रिस्क फ्री माना जाता है, मीनिंग देयर विल बी नो डिफॉल्ट. इफ यूएस ट्रेजरी बिल्स 4% इंटरेस्ट देता है तो दैट 4% इज आरएफ, रिस्क फ्री रेट. नाउ रिमेंबर, when we are finding KE, ultimately we will find weighted average cost of capital, which will be used in capital budgeting. If you remember, whatever project we are undertaking, we will find NPV, etc. etc. Now, for that, we are trying to actually find weighted average cost of capital, which is my discounting rate. अब project का life अगर 5 years है, तो for finding KE, my RF should be from any US treasury bill or bond based on this project's maturity. प्रोजेक्ट का maturity या tenure अगर 5 years है तो ये जो US treasury bonds है वो 5 years के maturity वाले का आप interest rate या yield ढूंढना. So basically US T bill कभी यूज होगा when there is a short term project, but US T bond कभी यूज होगा when there is a long term project. बिल and bond में short term and long term का फर्क होता है. So if a US T bill is, let's say, yielding 3%, so 3% would be RF for a short term bond or for a short term project. So this was the first term of my formula, RF plus beta किया है. What is beta? Beta of a stock is sensitivity measure of stock to the changes in market returns. क्या बोला? Sensitivity of stock as compared to the market. Example, beta of 2 means that if market return is 1%, return on stock I is 2%. This is how we measure sensitivity. अगर market 1% से बढ़ा, मेरा stock 2% से बढ़ा, तो beta is 2. Similarly, the other way around, if market falls by 1%, my stock falls by 2%. Even that is known as beta of 2. So we are measuring sensitivity in a stock compared to the market. Then the next term is ERM. ERM is expected market return. Matlab, the return on the overall share market. How do you find the return on the overall share market? You cannot actually find returns of every security or every share. You cannot do that. So we find a broad market index like S&P 500. S&P 500 जो index है, it is believed to be a perfect representation of the overall market because securities का number जो है वो बहुत ज़्यादा है and it adequately captures the market return. Of course, it can be more or less, but approximately it is considered to be the best index or best proxy for the market. Now, the last term, if you see in the formula, ERM minus RF is equity risk premium or market risk premium. What do you mean by risk premium? Risk premium is getting something more for taking a risk. एग्जाम्पल, ये आर एफ है, रिस्क फ्री रेट अगर 4% है, एंड ये आर एम है, रिटर्न ऑन मार्केट इज लेट्स से 10%. इफ यू डोंट टेक रिस्क यू गेट 4, इफ यू टेक रिस्क यू गेट 10. तो रिस्क लेने के लिए आपको 6% एक्स्ट्रा चाहिए. See, if I'm not taking risk, I get 4. If I'm taking risk, I get 10%. Meaning, for taking risk, I want 6% extra. That is nothing but equity risk premium or market risk premium. So, for that extra 6%, I will take risk. So, this is how you get KE. So, the formula is risk free rate plus beta into ERM minus RF. This is how you find out KE. Example, find equity risk premium and cost of equity if risk free rate is 4%, beta is 0.65, and expected return on market is 14%. Now we will decode this formula and the logic as well. Let's check. First पूछा है ERP ढूंढो, equity risk premium. What is the formula for equity risk premium? Expected return on the market minus risk free rate. तो ये फॉर्मूला है. एक्सपेक्टेड रिटर्न ऑन द मार्केट इज 14, रिस्क फ्री 4 मिल रहा है, तो 10% जो है दैट इज इक्विटी रिस्क प्रीमियम. व्हाट इज द लॉजिक बिहाइंड दिस? लॉजिक ये है दैट इफ यू आर नॉट टेकिंग एनी रिस्क यू आर गेटिंग 4%. इफ यू आर टेकिंग रिस्क यू कैन गेट 14%. सो एक्स्ट्रा कितना मिल रहा है? 10%. दैट इज इक्विटी रिस्क प्रीमियम. हाउ डू यू फाइंड कॉस्ट ऑफ इक्विटी? KE. तो वी कैन यूज दिस फॉर्मूला RF प्लस बीटा into ERM minus RF. तो RF कितना है? 4%. I will get 4% without taking any risk. ERM कितना है? 14% minus RF 4. So basically I can get 10 extra. Now I am investing in one stock. See, this is the assumption here. I am investing in one stock. Then why RM? This is the question. Why am I taking return on the whole market? If I am investing only in one stock, why am I considering RM? So that is the logic of using beta here, which is 0.65. Understand, if market is giving me 14% and risk free 4 मिल रहा है, meaning I can get 10% more by investing in the market. अब ये जो 10% है मार्केट से मिल रहा है, वो अगर मैंने पूरे मार्केट में इन्वेस्ट किया तो मुझे वो एक्स्ट्रा 10 मिलेगा. But what if I am investing only in one stock? That one stock can be measured using sensitivity. The return on that stock would not be 10, but it would be 10 into 0.65, which is 6.5% only. Meaning, if I invest in the market, I get 10% more, which is 14 minus 4. But if I invest in this stock, I don't get 10. I get 10 into 0.65, which is 6.5% extra. And that makes it 10.5%. 4 plus 6.5%, which is 10.5. So this is the logic of using CAPM model. Next up is dividend discount model. Before we begin, let's understand what is dividend discounting. Let's say ये ईयर का कॉलम है एंड ये डिविडेंड्स का कॉलम है. फर्स्ट, आज कोई भी डिविडेंड नहीं है, देन आई हैव D1, D2, D3 एंड सो ऑन. व्हाट इज डिविडेंड डिस्काउंटिंग? तो यू डिस्काउंट D1, discount D2, discount D3, and at year 0 you can find the present value of all the future dividends. अब ये जो future dividends का present value ढूंढा है, that is nothing but P0. P0 क्या होता है? Price today. Now if you can find out P0, then you can find out KE. So this model is basically equivalent to something known as Gordon's growth model. गॉर्डन्स ग्रोथ मॉडल एक मॉडल है जिससे P0 मिलेगा by using one formula which we are going to study. So let's read. Gordon's growth model is used to find stock price assuming that dividends will grow at a constant rate G. See, this is the number one assumption here that ये जो D1 से D2 गया, D2 से D3, D3 से D4 and so on, it is growing at a constant rate. If I say 5% का growth है तो every year 5% से dividend grow होगा ही. And if that happens, then I can use this formula. P0 is equal to D1 upon KE minus G. What is P0? Price today, current stock price. What is D1? D1 would be next year's dividend. KE तो अपने को पता है cost of equity and G is the growth rate. If I'm saying 5% every year बढ़ेगा तो G would be 5%. How do you find D1? तो D1 के लिए ये second वाला formula use करो. D1 is nothing but D0 today's dividend, current dividend into 1 plus G. मतलब D0 plus growth कर दिया तो you get D1. So by this model you can find the price. Now that you have price P0, now you can find the yield to the investor. कैसे ढूंढने का? Rewrite the above formula, you get this. KE is equal to D1 upon P0 plus G. D1 upon P0 का मतलब क्या है? D1 year end पे कुछ dividend मिलेगा. Divide by P0, the amount which is actually invested today plus whatever growth I am getting. And again D1 के बदले you can write D0 into 1 plus G upon PO plus G. Now again we will solve an example and decode the logic of this formula. Before that, how to estimate growth rate? ये G जो है कैसे estimate करना है? Let's try and understand. Method 1, use growth rate published by reliable sources like the RBI. RBI जो publish करता है growth rate in one industry or in one sector, you can use that growth rate. Or second method is you can use a formula to find out sustainable growth rate. There is a formula which is ROE into RR. Now before we begin with the formula, let's take an example. Let's assume एक कंपनी में अर्निंग्स जो है वो $10 का हुआ है. Out of earnings of $10, I am paying some dividend which is let's say $2 and I will retain $8 in my company. Earnings 10 per share, I am paying dividend 2 per share and I am retaining 8 per share. What is dividend payout ratio here? DPO stands for dividend payout. Dividend payout is 20%. कैसे मिला dividend payout ratio? So I have paid dividend of 2 divided by earnings जो है वो 10 का है. 2 divided by 10 is 20%. And then I get retention ratio RR which is 80%. If dividend payout is 20, retention would be 80. Or in other words, in formula terms I can say retention ratio is 1 minus dividend payout ratio. The 1 minus 20% मतलब 0.20, this will be 0.80 or 80%, right? Now there is something known as return on equity. Let's assume return on equity जो है वो 20% है, meaning every year the company is earning 20%. How do you find return on equity? Return on equity मतलब net income divided by equity. Net income divided by equity अगर 20% है and out of this 20% I am retaining how much? 80%. अगर 20 का ROE है and 80% retain किया है, meaning how much am I actually retaining in my business? 16. कैसे आया 16? If 20 is return on equity, 80% of 20 is retained, तो 16 जो है वो मैं reinvest करूँगा. This 16 is known as growth, which we are trying to find. 16 is nothing but growth. Now let's read the formula again. So the formula is ROE into RR, return on equity into retention ratio. Now ROE is return on equity, which is net income divided by equity. RR, retention ratio, is 1 minus dividend payout ratio, like in this case 1 minus 0.20 was 80%. And DPO, dividend payout ratio, is dividend paid divided by earnings. So in this case we got DPO of 20, we got retention ratio of 80, and then रिटेंशन रेशियो इंटू ROE कर दिया तो यू गेट ग्रोथ, मीनिंग नेक्स्ट ईयर वही पैसा री इन्वेस्ट होने वाला है और कंपनी उतने से ग्रो होगा. नाउ लेट्स ट्राई टू सॉल्व दिस एग्जांपल. किल दिल लिमिटेड just paid a dividend of $10 out of earnings of $40 per share. Dividend 10 है and just paid बोला है, मतलब it is a current dividend meaning D0, it is not D1, it is D0. And you have E0, earnings जो है वो 40 है. What can I find using this line? 10 का dividend, 40 का earnings. I can find DPO, dividend payout ratio, 10 divided by 40, which is 25%. Current price per share of the company is 800. What is 800? P0, price दिया है. Projected ROE for next year is 10%. Assuming the dividend payout ratio to be the same next year, find its cost of equity. Basically, you need to find KE. KE के लिए फॉर्मूला है T1 upon P0 plus growth, right? Do you have growth? No. Do you have D1? No. Do you have P0? Yes. So let's start with finding growth. How do you find growth? ग्रोथ का फॉर्मूला है ROE इंटू RR. तो पहले मैंने ये DPO ढूंढ लिया 25, तो रिटेंशन रेशियो आ जाएगा 75. ग्रोथ इज ROE इंटू RR, विच इज 10% इंटू 75%. आई गेट 7.5% का ग्रोथ. सो नाउ आई हैव ग्रोथ, आई हैव P0 विच इज 800. D1 कैसे ढूंढने का? तो D1 के लिए सेम है. अगर आज का डिविडेंड 10 है तो 1 प्लस जी कर दो तो यू गेट D1 and G is 7.5%. So in my formula I can use this 10 into 1 plus 0.075 divide by 800 plus 0.075, which is growth, and I get my answer as 8.84%. Now what is the exact logic of this formula? Let's try and understand. Let's consider this D1 upon P0 plus G. You are an investor and you are finding yield for yourself. What is the first term? D1 upon P0. ये D1 upon P0 का logic क्या है? What is D1 upon P0? D1 is dividend which you will receive at year 1 end. If today is 1st Jan 2020, you will get dividend on 31st December 2020. Let's assume, I am not considering this example, let's just take random numbers. Let's assume I will get dividend of 20 and I have paid 1000 today. Dividend 20 मिलेगा at 1 year end, but today I have paid 1000. Now 20 divided by 1000 कितना होता है? It is just 2%. तो आपको 2% का yield मिल गया डिविडेंड से. And let's say the company is expected to grow at a rate of 5%, 0.05. तो ये जो है 5% का आपको ग्रोथ भी मिलेगा. इफ द कंपनी इज ग्रोइंग, योर वैल्यू विल ऑल्सो ग्रो, तुम्हारा शेयर प्राइस भी इंक्रीज होगा. सो डिविडेंड से मुझे 2 मिला एंड ग्रोथ से मुझे 5 मिल रहा है. आई एड द 2 एंड आई गेट 7%. दिस इज द होल लॉजिक ऑफ फाइंडिंग KE यूजिंग डिविडेंड डिस्काउंट मॉडल. सो दिस इज व्हाट वी हैव डन हियर. 7% जो है दैट वुड बी KE. सो दिस वाज डिविडेंड डिस्काउंट मॉडल. And now last is bond yield plus risk premium approach. Now this method is unique. You need not find any answers here like ROE, growth, dividend, कुछ भी नहीं ढूंढना है. This is a different approach. Think from investors' point of view. You will need higher return for risky investment and lower return for less risky investment, right? Yes. We will use this logic for estimating KE. We add a risk premium to the company's pre-tax cost of debt, KD. देखो अब हम क्या ढूंढ रहे हैं, हम कॉस्ट ऑफ इक्विटी ढूंढ रहे हैं. बट फॉर दैट व्हाट वी विल डू, आवर कंपनी हैज सम डेट. वो डेट को कितना यील्ड मिलता है, मीनिंग के डी कितना है वो डेट पे, प्लस समथिंग. समथिंग इज नोन एज रिस्क प्रीमियम. व्हाई इज इट सो? सी, इफ डेट होल्डर्स आर गेटिंग 10%, don't you think equity holders should get 15%, meaning more than 10%? Yes. So that risk premium 5% is added here. So basically in this method we are trying to calculate KE using KD. अगर कंपनी का डेट ऑलरेडी आउटस्टैंडिंग है तो यूज दैट KD, that is yield on debt, add some premium to it and get KE. Check. The formula is KE is equal to bond yield, that is KD, plus risk premium. The logic here is that if a company's bondholders require 8% return, then equity holders would require something more than 8, since equity investment is riskier than bond investment. So we add a risk premium which is usually 3 to 5%. It can vary, but historically it has been observed that risk premium is 3 to 5%. Example: Sing Song Incorporated has outstanding debt worth 100 million. Currently, the debt is being traded at par and fetches interest of 7%. Assuming a risk premium of 5%, find cost of equity. The question seems to be quite easy, but first we need KD. If you remember, KD को ढूंढने के लिए there are two methods, YTM method and debt rating method. Debt rating method कभी यूज करते हैं? तो when my company's debt is not publicly traded, I need to find some publicly traded or comparable company. Anyway, rating method use नहीं करेंगे. We can use YTM method. I need to find YTM now. YTM कैसे ढूंढते हैं? If you remember, we can use time value of money. N डाल सकते हो, PV, PMT, FV, and then compute I by Y. This is what we used to do. If you notice, in this question, debt is being traded at par दिया है, so we can assume FV and PV as 1000 1000. इंटरेस्ट भी 7% दिया है तो PMT भी मिल जाएगा, मीनिंग आई हैव PV, आई हैव PMT, आई हैव FV, बट आई डोंट हैव N. N नहीं है तो I by Y नहीं ढूंढ सकते. सो इफ यू आर वंडरिंग व्हाट टू डू, फिक्स्ड इनकम में एक कॉन्सेप्ट सीखा है. इफ PV इज इक्वल टू FV, अगर प्राइस मतलब के प्रेजेंट वैल्यू इज इक्वल टू फेस वैल्यू, then interest rate is always equal to I by Y, which is nothing but yield to maturity, which is nothing but cost of debt. तो अगर par value, अगर 1000 का FV और PV सेम हो रहा है, which is at par, then your interest is nothing but KD. So in this case, I have interest rate KD जो 7% है, risk free और risk premium 5% है, तो total 12% हो गया. This is nothing but cost of equity using this method. There's a summary. CAPM model use करना है तो KE is equal to RF plus beta into ERM minus RF. If you remember, ERM minus RF is also called as equity risk premium or market risk premium. Then there was dividend discount model, which is K is equal to D1 upon P0 plus G. And then we just studied bond yield plus risk premium approach. Now, when do you apply these methods, or rather which method to apply to find KE? So it's It depends on you actually. You are an analyst, you need to make some judgments regarding which method to use. For example, let's say the bond does not, or let's say the equity stock does not really pay dividend. So you cannot use DDM, dividend discount model. Bond yield plus risk premium जो है उसके लिए you need KD, which is this bond yield. Let's assume the company does not have outstanding debt. So you cannot use this method also. If there is a company which is listed, तो उसका बीटा जो है वो easily मिल जाएगा. But if the company is not listed, you cannot find beta. If you cannot find beta, then you cannot use CAPM. So these are some factors you need to take into consideration and then decide. So concluding, an analyst shall use any of the three methods using his or her own judgment. Matlab, it is not compulsory that you have to use this or this. It depends on you. You are the analyst. That's all about cost of equity. Thank you for watching this video.